Hello and welcome, friends. We are here today for a yoga shoulder practice. So, besides the things I normally say you need, like comfy clothes, some water, props if you want or need them, today we will also be using a tennis ball. And if you don't have a tennis ball, it's just something that's got like some heft to it, particularly circular, so that it also hit like one part of a body, your body at the time. All right. So if you don't have a tennis ball, that's fine. You can do the rest of it, but it's ideal to have one. So let's come to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Alrighty here. Having everything you need handy. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Let's start here by making some circles with the torso. Oof. Let's take some deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth, releasing with that exhale. Anything that's happened today, any thoughts that are bothering you, let it go. Let it go, let it go. Sorry, don't want to get that stuck in your head. And then reverse to go in the opposite direction here. Remembering that this is a safe space for sighs, moans, groans, whatever it is. You can let it out here. And then letting that circle get smaller and smaller until your head is over your heart is over your center. Nice open line of energy in the body. Remembering that when you're leaning forward, you're leaning into the future. When you're leaning back, you're leaning into the past. So by being here fully centered, you're here in this moment. If you're having difficulty with this, I'd recommend leaning up against a wall, pressing your tailbone against the wall, your shoulders against the wall, the back of your head against the wall to get you into proper alignment here. And then when you're ready, bringing the hands palm up onto the thighs and using an exhale to soften or close the eyes. Bringing your awareness to your breath into the nose and out through the nose. Excuse me, getting real chill real fast here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Using that exhale to really soften the shoulders down the back body, soften the muscles of the face. Acknowledging that we are here to bring health and healing to the body. Allowing all else to drift away. Committing to only doing the things that feel right to you. And to focus on the foundations. Keeping proper alignment here. Knowing that we carry pains in our body chronically in places that we're moving out of alignment regularly, pushing ourselves into things that don't feel natural, don't feel right. So committing to a mood of inquiry in this practice, committing to listening to yourself, committing to tending to your needs so that you can thrive outside of this space. Using an inhale to allow the eyelids to flutter open, coming back to the space, back to each other, back to yourself. All right, inhale, chin comes to chest, tucking that chin in and down. And exhale, rotating the ear towards the shoulder, but not touching. Then this is going to be a movement flow of inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center, using your own breath, using your own time. Committing to take each inhale, chin to chest. Each exhale out to the side. Knowing that your timing might be different than mine, and that's cool because we're different people. More time, even out the sides here. And then inhale, chin to chest, and then all the way back to center. This time, inhale, arms come out wide, side to side till the palms touch overhead. Gaze follows. Exhale to slide it down to heart center. Chin to chest. Inhale, come out and up. Exhale to soften, bring it down. A few more times here. Working through things, waking up the body. One last time. This time, the hands come to heart center. Interlace the fingers with that inhale. Exhale, pull them away from the body. Round the shoulders here. Back and forth, side to side. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling very songy today. And then inhale, lift them up and overhead here. And again, pause, side to side. And next time you come back to center, exhale, break free, cactus arms, pausing and holding here. You give it a little wiggle if you want, or stay still. It feels more natural to stay still for me, so I'm going to do that here. And then exhale, bring those arms down. One hand connects firmly to the earth. The other arm lifts up and over. Really reach up and then come out and over to bring that side stretch in. Pausing here for a few breath cycles, really sinking into your seat, feeling that strong connection beneath you. And then when you're ready, making some circles with the arm. Bringing fluid to the joints here, making all the movements thereafter that much smoother. Reverse. Go in the opposite direction. It's interesting. It's not even morning time. Normally I yawn all over my morning practices. All right, next inhale pulls you all the way through to center. And exhale to the other side here. First, melting and sinking in for a few moments. And then when you're ready, beginning to move that arm. Then reverse, going in the opposite direction. Inhale to pull you all the way back through to center, and then exhale, twist and turn, looking out behind that back shoulder. Pausing here for 3 breath cycles, using each inhale to lift and lengthen, each exhale to see if you can twist just a little bit more. Keeping those shoulders softened down the back body. And making sure you're sitting up nice and tall here, not leaning side to side, but fully embodied and present in this moment. Inhale to unravel here, returning to center. And exhale to continue on in the other direction. Once again, breathing deep here. Big breath in through the nose to bring you back to center. Hands to knees here. And inhale, roll those shoulders back. Open up the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck that belly button up and in, chin to chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Continuing this a few times with your own timing, your own breath cycle. One more time here. And then inhale to come all the way back up to center. This time, float the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers. Now, if you can't interlace your fingers, then you could place a strap right here back behind you or a towel, just something to hold on to, getting those fists as close as you can to each other. Or pull back and down, open up that heart space, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold here as far as you can. Lifting those hands up, back and behind you. Pausing here for a few breaths. And then inhale, activate the abdomen, rise back up. Hands can stay interlaced if you are able to then switch legs. So opposite leg in front this time. Big deep breath in through the nose, pull those hands back and down, and exhale the forward fold. Perhaps the forehead comes all the way to the earth here. Then breathe. This modified yoga mudra. Inhale, activate that abdomen, return to that nice flat back and rise all the way up above, and then releasing the hands, resting them on the knees and pausing for a breath cycle here into the nose and out through the nose. All right, inhale, reach one arm out to the side and then cross it in front of the body. And take your hand and bring it in between the elbow and the shoulder. Keep that extended arm nice and active here. Slight micro bend in that elbow. Breathing deep here. Head over heart, heart over center. You got this. I believe in you. Whew, big deep breaths. One more breath cycle here. And then on the next exhale, release that arm, soften it down. Inhale the other arm straight out to the side, and then cross it in front of the body. Hand comes to that shoulder, or not the elbow, in between the shoulder and the elbow. We got this. Ooh, Nelly. Breathing deep here. Ooh, keep that abdomen engaged, tucking that belly button up and in. And then on the next exhale, release that arm. Move any props you might be using out of the way. And then roll forward onto hands and knees. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Tuck that belly button up and in. Gaze flat on the earth beneath you. Inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin into chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. One more time. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. All right, coming back to that nice flat back. This time, inhale, lift the left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it under that right arm. Inhale to float up. Exhale to thread it under. Inhale to float up. Exhale to float it under. And then last time, inhale to float up. Exhale this time. Sink that shoulder all the way down to the earth, side of the head to the earth. Right hand can stay where it is or walk towards the front end of the mat. Pausing and holding here. Eyes can soften and close. Breathing deep. Knowing that you've got this. Breathe into the shoulders. Use that inhale to bring your awareness to those muscle groups, and the exhale to soften them. Inhale, one more big deep breath in. Slide that hand back. Press yourself back up to that tabletop position. Pausing here to bump the hips to the right. Look over the right side of the hips. Bump the hips to the left. Look over the left shoulder at the hips. Just a couple times side to side. Sweet little booty pendulum swings. All right, inhale to come back to center, reestablishing your strong foundation in tabletop. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, belly button tucked up and in, feeling that connection to your power, your source of energy. Gaze flat on the earth beneath you. And then from here, inhale, lift that right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it under that other arm. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bring it under. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bring it under. And then inhale to lift. Exhale, thread that needle, dive that shoulder all the way down to the earth. Side of the head to the earth. Receive that support and extend your left hand straight out in front of you, or keep it where it is, yogi's choice. Pausing here for 4 breaths. Inhale, slide that left hand back, pressing back up to that tabletop pose for just a moment here. And just to come to some hip circles. First in one direction, big circles, small circles, anything you want. I don't even know where that was from. And then reverse to go in the opposite direction. Okay, let those circles get smaller and smaller here. Walk the hands towards the front edge of the mat. Take a big deep breath into the nose. And then exhale, melt the forehead down towards the mat. And breathe. Fully surrendering to the support of Mother Earth beneath you here. Feeling those shoulder blades soften. Two more breath cycles here. And then inhale, slide those hands back under the shoulders. Bring the knees to be the width edge of the mat, toes to touch. Mount the hips back or down and extend those arms straight out in front of you to mount into an extended child's pose for 4 breath cycles. Inhale to bring your awareness back to the space. Rise back up to hands and knees here. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back to come to downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out. Going side to side, and just look underneath the armpit here to get a side stretch as you go side to side, pedaling those feet. Using that exhale to twist and turn. Inhale to come to center and exhale to go to the other side. And then when you're ready, start to walk those feet up towards the front of the mat to come into a standing position. And slowly, slowly, ever so slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, come all the way up to standing. All right. Inhale to bring the hands to heart center. And coming into mountain pose. So feet hip width distance apart. Slight micro bend in the knees. Thighs active and engaged, pulling towards each other. Pelvis tilted slightly forward. Lifting tall through the crown of the head while using the exhale to soften the shoulders. Standing tall in mountain. Tapping into your source of energy, your source of power, your source of strength. Knowing you are all of these things at all times. Inhale to take a big deep breath in and reach up towards the ceiling, bringing in a bit of a back bend here. And then exhale to come all the way down to the toes, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, hands to knees, nice flat back. Exhale to come back down to the toes. And then firmly plant those hands to the earth. Take a big step back here. Drop the knees if you need to, coming into plank. Tucking that belly button up and in. Hands under shoulders. And then exhale to slowly lower yourself all the way down to the earth. Inhale to rise up to a baby cobra or an up dog, elbows tucked into the side body. And then exhale, tuck those toes and push yourself all the way up and back to a downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here. Breathing deep. And then bending those knees if you need to get the nice flat back. Keeping the head in line with the arms. Elbow creases radiating out in front of you. Pausing here for 3 breaths. Inhale to step or hop back up to the front of the mat. Take many, many steps if you need to. No rush here. Hands on the earth. Inhale up to that nice flat back. Exhale back to the toes. And then bend the knees to lift and rise high till the palms touch overhead. And exhale to slide the hands down to heart center, pausing, allowing the eyes to soften or close, checking in with the body here, breathing deep. Once again, returning to your mountain pose, your source of strength, your sense of power, immovable, standing the test of time. You got this. I believe in you. All right. Standing tall at the top of the mat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to dive. Bringing those hands to the earth. Inhale, hands to knees, nice flat back. Exhale to melt it down to the toes. Inhale to firmly plant those palms. Take a step back with the right leg and drop the knee down. Take a step back with the left leg, drop the knee down, and coming into plank, modified plank. You come into a full plank if that's part of your practice. And then use your exhale to slowly lower yourself down to the earth. Tuck those elbows into the side body. And use your next inhale to lift your torso, pressing into the pelvis, the tops of the legs, the tops of the feet. Coming into an upward facing dog if that's part of your practice. And exhale to lower down. Tuck those toes, lift the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Breathing deep here, bending the knees if you need to get that nice flat back. Pausing here. Getting the most out of this break. One more breath cycle in through the nose and out through the nose. And then step or hop your way back up to the front of the mat. First in that forward fold, then to that halfway lift. And then exhaling back to the earth. Inhale to bend those knees, lift and rise high. Knowing that you never need to come into that back bend, you could just lift and rise tall. And exhale to slide the hands down to heart center. Pausing here for a breath cycle in through the nose and out through the nose. All right, one more time. When you're ready, inhale to rise. Exhale to dive. Inhale, hands to knees, halfway lift. Or you can keep the hands on the earth if that's in your practice. Exhale to soften back down to the ground. Inhale to firmly plant those palms. Stepping back one leg and dropping the knee down. Stepping back the other or coming into a full plank, yogi's choice. And then exhale to slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Hands under shoulders, elbows tucked into the side body. And then inhale, rise high, pressing into the pelvis, the tops of the legs, the feet. Exhale to lower. Inhale to tuck those toes, lift the hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. Breathing deep here. You can pedal the legs if you want to. Take this dog however you want. I'm pausing here for 3 breaths. All right. Step or hop up to the front of your mat. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale to bring it down. Inhale to bend those knees, lift and rise. Exhale to bring it down to heart center. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. Allow the eyes to soften or close. And just be with your experience right now. What is working for you? What is not working for you? And are you breathing in through the nose and out through the nose? Inhale to bring your awareness back to the space around you, and it's time for the tennis ball. All right, my friends, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna take the ball and you're gonna place it behind your shoulder. See where it is? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna come against the wall here. Oh my goodness. Redo. Come against the wall here. And you're gonna lean into the wall. So the only thing that's touching the wall right now is the ball. And then you're gonna gently move up and down. Come onto your tippy toes if you want to. Working it around. And if you find a spot, you're gonna notice like, whoo, that's a spot, stop there. And just lean into it. And then once that spot stops to feel so much like a spot, just kind of feels like everything else, then you can start moving again. You can go side to side. You might need to move where your feet are positioned. You may even find like a whole sore muscle and you might want to move with that muscle. It could be up and down or side to side. That's what I'm doing right now. Let's get just a few more moments here on this side. All right, when you're ready, reach to grab that ball and then do the same thing other side. So finding a point on the back to begin. Starting that same process. Seeing if you can find a spot that's really talking to you, really needing a little extra awareness and love. Finding a spot to rock back and forth on. If the ball falls, like it's totally fine, just pick it up, start again. Like I said, you might need to move your feet. All right, and then take that ball. And we're going to do the same thing, but on the front of the body, because the muscles of the front here connect to the muscles in the shoulder. It's all like interconnected, interwoven. So what affects these muscles also affects the muscles of the back and vice versa. So we want to make sure we tend to these as well. So find a point, just like you did on your back. And then same thing, you're just going to lean into the wall. It's going to be a bit harder for me to talk to you this time. And then just same thing, start to move around. Little curiosity, see what's going to feel good. Same thing as before, you find a spot, stick with it, breathe into it, and soften it with the exhale. Rotating around. Ooh. I really feel it when I get closer to my armpit. Oh, yeah. Rocking side to side. And then when you're ready, picking it up, doing the same thing, other side. Remember, there's no rush here. And this is something you can do like anytime you want, anytime the shoulders are feeling sore. You're welcome to do this. Asking yourself where you can sort of almost melt into the ball. All right, wrapping it up, getting that tennis ball. I feel like I could do that for a whole hour. Dropping that to the ground, coming to the top of your mat, and an inhale to lift and rise. Reaching those fingers up tall towards the sky, and exhale to dive it all the way down to the toes. Firmly planting those hands, taking a step back with the left leg, dropping that knee down, taking a step back with the right leg, dropping that knee down. Sitting back and coming to a child's pose or an extended child's pose, softening the forehead to the earth or a block. Inhale to slowly rise on up. Coming onto the sides of the hips. Bringing the feet in front of you, soles of the feet flat on the earth, hands come to the back of the thighs. And gently lowering yourself down to the earth. Whew. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. All right, hands palm down on either side of the body. Make sure you can just reach those heels here. And then inhale, press into the feet, into the shoulders, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale to soften them down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to soften. Inhale to lift. Exhale to soften. Last time. Inhale, lift and hold. So find something that you can sustain for 4 breath counts. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. In and out. Gaze straight ahead of you. In and out. Last one, breathe in, nice big breath, biggest breath yet today. And exhale to slowly melt them down towards the earth. Beautiful. Walk the feet to be the width edge of the mat. And then windshield wiper the legs side to side. I like to turn my head side to side with my knees. Just feels good. Inhale to bring those knees back up to center. And then bring the soles of the feet to touch. Allow the knees to go outside to side. And you can bring the hands to the inner thighs if you like to deepen the stretch. Or you can bring a hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. Yogi's choice. If this is not comfortable for you, try changing where the feet are positioned. Like if you bring them closer to the pelvis, it's going to be a deeper stretch. If you bring them farther away, it's going to be more gentle. So just all considerations for you to be checking in with the body and deciding what works for you. Eyes can soften or close. 2 more breath cycles here. One last big breath in and out. And then an inhale to bring the hands to the outer edges of the thighs. Bring those knees up towards the sky. And then hug the knees in towards the chest, gently rocking side to side. Nothing to do here, but be present and gentle with the body. You can roll even on to the side a little bit. You also get a bit of that shoulder action in there. Oof. Really feeling it on the left side. Beautiful. And that next exhale, allow the knees to fall all the way to one side. Open up those arms at shoulder height, like a big Texas T, or bend at the elbows to come into cactus arms. And then exhale, turn the head to look in the opposite direction of the knees and fully surrender here into the support of Mother Earth, into the wisdom of this posture, which is to release what is no longer serving you. So really take this time to soften and surrender the shoulders. 4 breaths here. Inhale to bring the gaze back to center and the knees back to center. And then exhale to the other side. And then turning the head to look at the opposite direction of the knees. And once again, taking this opportunity to soften the shoulders. Remembering that those are the muscles in the front and the back of the shoulders. As well as the neck, it's all connected. Inhale to come back up to center, and then this time, kick the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. But first grab either the ankles or shins, the outer edges of the feet, or you can take your peace fingers, wrap them around those big toes, and gently rock side to side. Stretch those legs out. Just do whatever feels ooey gooey good to you. Ooey gooey, good to you-y. Hey-o. Mm. Breathing deep here. Staying focused and present to the very end of the practice. When you're ready, release those feet and take this last moment here to take any stretches. Oh, that would just feel super duper good to you, whether they be like traditional yoga poses or not. Oh. No one's here to judge. We're just here to be. And then when you're ready, extending out into your Shavasana. So taking the time to make this an ultra cozy experience. You could put a blanket underneath you or on top of you. You could place a bolster or a pillow under the knees. Remembering that the more relaxed you are, the more time you take to nurture yourself in this space, the more you will receive from your Shavasana. So it's super worth it. When you're ready, palms up at either side of the body in a V shape. And allow the eyes to soften or close. Quickly using an exhale to soften the shoulders. Soften the muscles of the face. And using your next exhale that's nice and long and drawn out to bring you to your Shavasana. Taking a big deep breath into the nose and out through the nose. And when you're ready, rolling onto the right side in the fetal position, using that arm as a pillow for the head, and bringing the organs of the body into alignment. So that we've brought the whole body into its center, into its integrity in this practice. Pausing for another breath cycle into the nose and out through the nose. And then taking all of the time you need to make your way towards a comfortable seated position. Using an inhale to bring the hands to heart center, closing our practice with 3 ohms. Big deep breath in through the nose. Om. Big breath in. Om. Last one. Om. My wish for you on this day and every single day that follows is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste. All right, my love, be well. See you next time.